All right, y'all, what's going on? Happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. We are back. Indeed, we are back. Let me know if you guys can hear me good. I think I can hear myself. Hold on, let me see. Check, check. I hear myself on something. I think y'all can hear me. Okay, Mocha Drop said one. All right, good. You guys can hear me. All right, all right, all right, all right. What's up, everybody? Listen, I know that this is not, the normal content here, but I felt the need to definitely get up here today and to discuss um this tragic and sad story. I just, man, it's heartbreaking. Um, yeah, Dacara Thompson. So it's low. Okay, that hopefully that's better. Hold on. Let me see. This is how I can tell. Uh, okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Mic check, mic check. Okay, that's better. Okay, cool. Cool, 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 cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. Dacara Thompson. All right, Dacara Thompson. I want to give you guys a trigger warning. There is a warning posted up on the top of the chat as well, as a trigger warning, just so that everybody knows what is going on here. Okay. All right. So Dacara was last reported missing. All right. But unfortunately, within the last 24 hours, um, they did discover a body, and the body that the family did identify as Dacara Thompson is Dacara Thompson. You have Hugo Hernandez Mendez, who has been charged with her unaliving. So we're gonna listen to the press conference that took place, and then I'm gonna read an article to get you guys updated, so that you guys know what's going on. I just feel like all stories like this deserve to receive justice, and we got to do what we can to do that. And so I felt like even if I'm the only one in the room, we're gonna talk about it. Okay, we are going to talk about it. Shout out to Mama Bees for giving us an update earlier. I had seen that they said that um, there was a body found, but I don't think that the family had identified it yet, or maybe they had. Um, so we're gonna get into the things in regards to this. This is a sad story, and again, trigger warning to you all in regards to it. Thank y'all for being here. Shout out to, I see we got Miss Faith in the chat. Callie, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. Mocha Drop, Mama Bees, Jamie, Cherise, Nikita. Let's see, Faith. University of Uncommon Sense. What's going on, Miss Monet, Miss Felicia? What's up, y'all? Mama Bees. I see y'all. Shout out to y'all for being here. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the article first, and then we'll listen to the press conference after that, because the press conference gives us as much detail as they can, as they can give us right now, because of course it is an active investigation. So I do understand some things they can say, some things they can't say. One thing I will say is, prayers to the family, because the family didn't give up. They weren't giving up hope. They were still looking, they were still searching. And I just think overall, prayers out to them, because man, it yeah, this it's getting crazy out here, y'all. It's getting it's been crazy, but it's getting crazy. Okay. All right. So a body was found in a grassy area off a Maryland road. It has been identified as a missing 19-year-old Dacara Thompson, who vanished from Prince George County 2 weeks ago. A 35-year-old man is now in custody in regards to her death. Hugo Hernandez Mendez of Bowie, Maryland, has been arrested on charges of first degree and second degree unaliving. The Prince George County Police Department announced on Friday, September the 5th, he is being held without bond, police said in a news release. Thompson's family reported her missing on August the 23rd, and police found her car in Hyattsville a day later, on August the 31st. Maryland State Police opened a death investigation after a woman's body was found in a grassy area off Route 50 in Arundel County, police said. The body has been identified as Thompson's. She lived in Lanham, a Washington, D.C. suburb. And if I'm saying that wrong, I do apologize. All right. Prince George County's county police said that detectives located surveillance video that showed Thompson approaching a black SUV in the early morning on the day that she was reported missing. She then spoke to a driver of the SUV before she entered the vehicle, police said. According to the police, the driver drove to a home in the 12,000 block of Kimberg Drive in Bowie. A subsequent search of the home on Thursday turned up in evidence suggesting that Thomas had been unalived in a bedroom in the residence, police said, adding that, hold on, y'all, it's a ad. Okay. Adding that Hernandez Mendez had access to the SUV and lives in the bedroom where the unaliving is believed to have occurred. Based on the totality of the evidence, Hernandez Mendez was arrested on unaliving charges in connection with Thompson's unaliving, police say. It's not clear whether he has retained an attorney at this time. Thompson's cause of death has also not yet been determined, but initial findings and evidence suggest that the matter will be ruled as a homicide, police said. Detectives are working to determine whether she and Hernandez Mendez were had known each other prior to August the 23rd. Okay. Oh my goodness. We will never know what happened. I hate situations like this because y'all, we will never know what happened. The man is not gonna tell the truth about nothing. I, I, Lord help me to hold out. I say let me just pull up the press conference and y'all just listen to the press conference. I'll give my thoughts after. The press conference, I believe, is about 20 minutes. I'm gonna speed it up just a little bit so that but you do have to listen to it. If you've been listening to this, please listen to it, because they do give some very crucial information. I am. I was just watching this, so it should be in my search history. Or not my search history, but my view history. Here you go. Okay, so I'm gonna speed it up a little bit, and then I'm gonna start it a little bit further past the starting point because they didn't come right on and talk. So give me 1 second. I think he catfished her off a dating app. Yeah, that could be the case. You know, mm, let me. I'm gonna reserve my thoughts, but let's get into it. Yeah, it definitely could have been such. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna pretend like I don't agree with that because I do. Um, it could have definitely very well been like, a meetup type of situation. It's sad, and I'm not judging. I promise you, I'm not, y'all. So don't take it that way. Life is life, and people do whatever. I'm not here to judge. Um, I am so sad that this baby's life was taken away. Um, like And one thing I ain't gonna hold y'all. I sat over here and thought to myself, what's up, Snatch My Digger? I sat over here and thought to myself, now can we can the ICE detain him? Can the ICE come get him? That's what I wants to know. Yeah, it is. It's very sad. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the press conference, y'all. I do want us to listen to it, and again, they have some very vital information that they do discuss here, and I think some details that we needed to go over. So let's get into it. Let me open up this. I don't want it to echo, so I maybe need to turn that off. Okay. Yeah, our black women do need to be more protected. I'm mm.
Colonel Roland L. Butler Jr., the Chief of the Bowie Police Department, Dwayne A. Preston, and the State's Attorney for Prince George's County, Tara
Can
Jackson.
y'all hear this?
I would also like to recognize Prince George's County DCAO Mel Powell. Because this investigation remains very active, we'll take a few questions at the end of the presentation, but we'll be very limited in what we can answer. At this time, I'd like to introduce Prince George's County Police Chief George Nader.
Good morning. First, I'd like to thank members of the media for showing sensitivity during the reporting of this case. We know there were questions that you had and questions that we couldn't answer due to the investigation being ongoing. On September 5th, detectives from the Prince George's County Police Department's Homicide Division developed probable cause to present charges for the murder of Dacara Thompson. This morning, criminal charges were issued for first-degree and second-degree murder. The facts of the case: 19-year-old Dacara Thompson was last seen on August the 22nd. She was reported missing the very next day. On August the 21st, her family located the vehicle in the area of Jasmine Terrace in Hyattsville, Maryland. On August 31st, what we believe to have been Dakara's body was located by the Maryland State Police Department in the area of eastbound Route 50 at Route 97. On August 23rd, in the area of University Boulevard in Hyattsville, Maryland, a short distance from her vehicle, at approximately 3 a.m. For reasons still under investigation, it appears that Dacara willfully entered a vehicle being driven by Hugo Hernandez Mendez, 35-year-old male, out of Bowie, Maryland. Through investigative techniques and video review, detectives were able to track the vehicle's movement to an address on Kimber Ridge Drive in Bowie, Maryland. On September 4th, several search warrants were obtained and executed pertaining to this case, which led detectives to obtain enough probable cause to take Hugo Hernandez Mendez into custody and present him to the court commissioner for the murder of Dacara Thompson. We believe the murder occurred in the home on Cambridge Drive in Hernandez's bedroom. Her body was taken to the location that it was recovered at by Hernandez. At this time, there are no additional suspects. However, this investigation is ongoing.
I always say, listen, people like this, y'all love to take the coward way out. You didn't even know this girl like that. I know you didn't. I know y'all probably didn't really know each other like that. And like, probably because she told you no, probably because she wasn't interested or something like that. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened, but it's that poor baby. Yes, right, Brittany. She didn't even get to live her life. Like, I don't know. Let me just let it keep going, child. Hey, everybody coming in.
Our thoughts and prayers are with her family during this time. Detectives from the Prince George's County Police Department's Missing Persons Unit were quickly joined by the Prince George's County Police Department Homicide Unit, along with our law enforcement partners from Maryland State Police and the City of Bowie, who worked jointly and tirelessly to determine the facts of this case. Because the pre-existing relationships between our agencies, we are where we are. There's still a lot of investigative work to be done in this case, and we're asking members of the community or anyone that may have information about this case to contact us at 1-866-411-TIPS. Throughout this case, members at the highest level of our law enforcement agencies were kept abreast of every development, and cooperative decisions were made jointly. I have no words to express my appreciation for the Superintendent of the Maryland State Police, Colonel Butler, and Bowie's City Police Chief, Dwayne Preston, for their involvement. In addition to law enforcement involvement in this case, the highest level of our governments were kept abreast of this matter. This included daily briefings with Deputy Chief Administrative Officer Melvin Powell and County Executive Aisha Braveboy, both of whom provided unwavering support for our teams who were conducting this investigation. Incidents like this affect our entire community. Ms. Braveboy's involvement in this case, for me, further reflects her passion for people and the community that we serve. On behalf of our department, I want to personally thank you for your support in this tough case. It meant a lot to me personally, and I appreciate it.
It's good to see Black representation. You know, Maryland. I don't want to turn this into, well, I don't want to turn this political, but I think Mama Bees, I think you probably know where I'm getting ready to go with this. Shout out to Maryland for Black representation, especially dealing with a Black 19-year-old girl who was missing and then unalived. And here's the thing. We don't see, there are times where things like this happen and they don't make national news. They don't make headlines like this. So I'm grateful that this is actually making headlines. So shout out to Black representation. Why we need this. We do need this. Let's keep going, y'all.
At this point, I'll turn it over to County Executive Aisha Braveboy.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chief, and thank you to all of our public safety partners who are here with us today. But more importantly, I want to thank this community. When you found out that Dacara Thompson was missing, you answered the calls of her parents and her family to help find her, to locate her, because she means so much to so many. And so it is tough that we're at this point where the search is over and justice begins. I want to thank our superintendent. I want to thank also Chief Preston, the men and women of the Prince George's County Police Department and its homicide unit, as I have repeated numerous times as state's attorney, the best of the best. I want to thank you for closing this case quickly. And now we will hand this case over to our state's attorney, Tara Jackson, to seek justice. But I did want to reflect on Dacara Thompson, young 19-year-old graduate of St. Charles High School in Charles County. She was living with her father, and part of the reason she lived here is because she was working for nonprofit Prince George's. As part of her service year option that she decided to participate in, and that this activity is sponsored by our Governor Wes Moore. So this is a young woman who dedicated part of her young life to serving others, And I want that to ring home to all of you that this is a good young woman who wanted to do good for her community. And now her community will stand behind her family as we seek justice for her. I will now turn the mic over to our superintendent. Butler.
All right. So again, shout out to her for that. I see your comments. The young women nowadays are not taking their safety serious. Miss Nikita said that is the second Hispanic related that gains national attention here in Maryland. I'm glad. We have got to look out for our Black women, period. There is another Black woman missing in the same area. She is 43 years old. You know what? I want to look up something. I'm going to let this continue to play. But I hear of so many missing women, so many missing Black women in the, and I'm just going to say the DMV area. Y'all don't get me. I don't think this is one of them situations. But I hear a lot of missing Black women being in that area. As a matter of fact, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, I was talking to someone who just moved to DC, and they were saying that they have never seen so much information about missing Black women in their life since they've moved to DC. So I'm about to look up something, but let this keep playing.
Good morning. On behalf of Governor Westmore and the entire Maryland Department of State Police family, I'd like to extend my deepest condolences to the family and friends of Ms. Dacara Thompson, a young life that was taken far too soon. Shortly before 5 p.m. on August 31st, troopers from the Maryland State Police Annapolis Barrack were dispatched to the area of U.S. Route 50 between Maryland Route 424 and Interstate 97 in Anne Arundel County for the report of a disabled vehicle. Upon arrival, troopers observed a female lying unresponsive in a grassy area off the highway. Information obtained indicated that the disabled vehicle was unrelated to the investigation that we have embarked upon. Investigators from the Maryland State Police Criminal Enforcement Division South Region responded to the scene, along with State Police crime scene technicians from our Forensic Services Division. They processed the scene. Shortly after, they contacted the Prince George's County Police. The Maryland State Police and the Prince George's County Police have been conducting a joint investigation into the death of Ms. Dacara Jackson. As additional information becomes available, I am sure the Prince George's County and the Maryland State Police will share that information with you. The circumstances surrounding her death still remain under investigation, so we will continue to answer those questions that we think the community and the family want those answers. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Chief Dwayne Preston from the City of Bowie.
Good morning. On behalf of our City Manager, Alfred D. Lott, I want to express my condolences to the family of Dacara Thompson. Members of the Bowie Police Department have worked in great collaboration with Prince George's County Police Department and Maryland State Police. And unfortunately, the evidence led to this incident culminating in the City of Bowie. We continue to work in partnership with strong partnerships with our law enforcement agencies, and it's our prayer that as this case matriculates through the criminal justice system, that justice will be served for the family. Thank you.
Good morning. I, too, would like to first express my condolences to the family of Dacara Thompson. I cannot imagine the pain that the family is feeling right now. And I agree with the county executive when she says that the community is grieving with the family. I also want to thank the county executive and her leadership team, Chief Nader, Chief Preston, our Maryland State Police partners. We are indeed a team in bringing justice and protecting our community. I know that the public has been following this case closely, and oftentimes our community does not understand the legal process and roles of each member of our legal team, of our law enforcement team. So as State's Attorney for Prince George's, I'm here this morning to explain the legal process and next steps. The police have charged Mr. Hernandez Mendez, as you've heard, with murder and related charges. He has appeared before a commissioner, a judicial officer, and that commissioner has determined that there is probable cause to support the charges, and he was held without bond. Mr. Hernandez Mendez will now appear at a bond hearing. We're not sure whether that bond hearing will be today or on Monday. And during that hearing, the court will determine whether or not he should remain held. And in making that decision, the court will look at the nature of the charges that are lodged against him, as well as the safety of the community. As I said, this bond hearing may occur on Monday and not today. At this point, there really is not much more that I can offer other than to say in the weeks to come, my office will do a thorough review of the evidence, and we will determine whether or not Mr. Hernandez, Mendez should be indicted, and if so, what he should be indicted for. It is important to remind our residents, and I want to do this always, that any person who is charged with a crime in Prince George's is entitled to due process through our judicial system, and it's my job as the state's attorney to ensure that justice occurs, but that the processes are transparent and fair and in full accordance with the law. And finally, I just want to add that my office remains steadfast in working with our partners daily to make sure that our community is safe. Thank you.
So the deepest gratitude for the men and women of the Prince George's County Police Department that worked this case literally around the clock since she was reported missing. I deeply appreciate their efforts, and I appreciate the journalism that has covered this case to this point. Now we'll open it up for a few questions. Yeah.
Chief, I want to ask you your thoughts on what you think happened here with these two together, and then separately, is there any indication that she was alive moving around the home, or that this was a murder that happened on the team?
We don't believe she was moving around the home. We believe everything transpired in the bedroom. So what is surrounding the two coming together, that's what we're still investigating.
Was the suspect have any other violent crimes in the past?
Nothing, not that we're aware of, but we are aware of one prior arrest that occurred with United States Park Police in April.
If it wasn't for that disabled car, would that area have been searched? Was that on your radar?
That area is probably about 7 miles away from the murder location, but a good distance away from where she went missing. So we are thankful that the Maryland State Police had the ability to locate that body based on that call for service.
Chief, was this suspect subject to an ICE detainer from that spring arrest?
He was not he was not subject to an ICE detainer based on that spring arrest.
Any other?
We believe that one was issued yesterday.
County executive, or whoever wants to handle this, that's going to be an aspect of this case given our time of day and age.
Yes.
What are your thoughts about that? This man didn't have their way to live.
So, as was indicated, he was arrested by U.S. Park Police, which falls under the auspices of the federal government. So the federal government arrested him in April of this year on a DUI charge. He was then released pending his trial. I don't believe his trial date has come up yet. So what we know is that he did not, according to our records, have any contact at the state level, but he was arrested by federal authorities in April.
I imagine that there's got to be some reaction to this man's arrest now in the news nationally. What are your thoughts about that? Is his status relevant at all in this case? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that the U.S. Government has made status of individuals relevant. This was someone who was in their custody, and they made the decision to release him. So I think the question should be asked of the Justice Department. Thank you.
You will now have to face his charges here, though, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. So when the car was reported missing, I know that I talked to Brian about this. There wasn't like a flyer or anything put out on social media to get her things out, right? Can you talk just about that, like the fact that that wasn't put out right away and the case ended this way? Like what was done in the first few hours or maybe some investigation?
So the facts as we have it is she was in that vehicle before she was ever reported missing. So we did canvass the area. We searched. We questioned people in the area. We looked for video. We did all of these things. As a practice, critical missings get distributed. But the family did a lot of hard work, and they distributed information, and you all covered that. So the information was out, and the community had it. And the community was sending in tips as well. Sorry.
Body was first discovered, quick to say, there's some characteristics we cannot identify.
Correct.
In the timeline up from that point to today, you can provide details and you can possibly identify those.
So we met with the family, and through that meeting, we were able to identify the body.
We'll take one more question.
I do go to two.
I was going to ask, are any investigators talking with the suspect as he was cooperating?
We did interview the suspect, and we got limited cooperation.
Can I just ask, I'll ask this respectfully, any trauma to
We're not going to discuss the manner of death at this time, but thank you for your question, and thank you all. We really appreciate you coming up.
All right, so that was the press conference in regards to what was going on. So, Mama Beast, thank you so much for making that point, because I do think that that was a good point. I was over here searching, um, missing black women in the DMV area or the Maryland area, and it looks like, as far as the information, it says it's kind of no different from everywhere else. It's just that they don't mind, when somebody's black missing, they don't mind letting us know. Because here in Texas, y'all, we don't get Amber Alerts for black girls and black people that are missing. Like, we don't get none of that stuff. Honestly, we're gonna get woke up to a Hispanic or a white person who is missing. It's unfortunate, but we don't get an Amber Alerts, or what's the one for adults? It's not Amber Alerts for adults. I forget what it's called, but we don't get those. We don't get those. But your phone will buzz at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning for other people. So I do think that the DC area does highlight these issues more. I hope to see more people talking about this, because it's sad all around. So, in case if you guys don't know, he is in custody. He he did something to her in that bedroom. We don't know what it is. They are not discussing the cause of death as of yet, as to how these details, or what necessarily happened in that bedroom. But that's where they do believe all the evidence lies, that there was an unaliving that took place in the bedroom of his home. Okay, so I just it's very sad. At least there is some information or publication in your area. Here in Chicago, not so much. Yeah, I do appreciate them for talking about it, because, again, like I said, here in Texas, we don't get this. We don't get this coverage. This is so sad, Chef. Yes, it is. It is very sad. Did she know him? I'm not sure, but it's just, based on the information there, they said that that's something that they're investigating, is if there was some type of relationship or some type of knowledge of knowing him prior to. To me, if I'm gonna be honest, based on the information, it kind of gives maybe it was like a meetup, and maybe it was something, maybe he catfished her. Somebody mentioned that. There's several possibilities in regards to this. She was a beautiful black woman. I don't know what, but baby, she was 19 years old. It's just sad. It's sad. So yeah, to answer your question, I don't know if she knew him just yet. I came in late. Did she go to his house? Yes. So they left from wherever she met him at, and then they went to his house, and that's where the investigators say that they do believe that, well, there was an unaliving that took place, and they do believe this man did it, because of course that's where he lived. And also too, he took her to the grassy area where she was found as well. I just be wishing, I hate to say it like this, but when you do stuff like this, I wish you take your own life. I listen, the world, I guess, will be so much better. I ain't gonna say I guess. The world will be so much better if you just push that on to your side and do it to yourself. You don't have to do this. I'm sorry, I know that sounds harsh, but that's what I be wishing. Just take your own life. If you feeling like that, just take your own life. This baby was 19 years old. She ain't even got to live life. She ain't got to really do nothing. Now, y'all, I really am praying for her family, because her her dad was like really hopeful. He was really, really hopeful. Now I did see a couple people saying that they felt like, of course, with her missing for 12 days, I think she was missing a total of 12 days, 12 or 13 days. I think it was 12 days. That they didn't see, that it was gonna end up being a good outcome. They said that they didn't think so. But the family had hope. And I think if it was your family, you would have hope too. So I don't fault them for that. We only get phone alerts, critical missing, till age of 12. Yeah, we only get those two. And like I said, we don't get when they're missing, because I know that there are a whole lot of missing black women. Know that there are a lot of missing black people, but we hardly never get them. I can probably count on this year alone, maybe once or twice. There's no shade. That's the truth. Thank you, Cali girl, for your cash app. I appreciate it. Onyx Rose, thank you so much for being here. Let's see. They better put him in a secure location, because if they take him to Jessup jail, he won't survive. Well, I know that per this press conference, they did say that they was also thinking about detaining him in ICE custodies too. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But here's the thing. I don't care about what them people do. Mama bees. Send them around there. Send them around there to Jessup jail. I say send them around there. you know. What y'all think? Y'all think you need to go around there? I think you need to go around there. I do. Put him on the top of the list. Okay, put his name on the top of the list. Skip everybody else. Hugo Hernandez Mendez. You need to be on the top of the list. Go around at the Jessup jail. I don't care where they can send you over there to Alligator Alcatraz. They can send you over there to the ocean. I don't really care where they send you to. You didn't have to do what you did to this girl. I don't even know what the situation is because we wasn't there, but you didn't have to do this. And then they say he been in trouble before. I can't. I can't. Yeah, but there's so many possibilities in regards to this, and so of course, they're only gonna let us know what they think we need to know. Let's see if their family has done some type of like press conference or something. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Uh-oh. Let me go back. Dacara Thompson. His family. If they do one, I'm gonna definitely let y'all know because I want to keep up with it. Family. Let's see. That was 2 hours ago. I don't think it was one of those. Let's see right here. Officials announced possible new evidence in her disappearance. That was yesterday. Okay, so we haven't gotten anything from the family as of yet. But I hope that we do hear something soon from them. This is here in my area. Very sad. Oh my goodness, sunshine. Y'all definitely, I need y'all to always, he was in federal custody before. That's why I say he was in trouble before. I need y'all to stay safe, man. Stay safe. This is crazy. Yes, take him around there. Yeah. I don't care what they do to him over there. I really don't. Anyway, y'all, I really did want to do this live so that y'all would know that this young baby has been found. Unfortunately, she is no longer here. He unalived her prior to taking her to where she was located and found. So yeah, Dacara Thompson, I'm so sorry this happened to you, baby. I will definitely be keeping an eye out on this story. I know that we kind of hit it and missed it about a week ago. Nah, maybe I've not been that long. But I know we talked about it a couple times, and so I just want to give you guys an update on this and also to listen to the press conference because I felt like they kind of gave us a little bit more detail than what we've seen or what we read in the articles in regards to this. So rest in peace to this baby girl. Prayers out to her family because I know that this is probably not that it's probably very difficult, especially for her dad. Because her dad was like really, 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 really hopeful. So yeah. All right, y'all. I am out for a minute or two. I'll be back. I have some more videos that I'm gonna be doing, and hopefully you guys will be here with me today. All right.